We're here now with Philip Moss, the managing partner of MANA Ventures, which is a clean tech platform in the MENA region, that's the Middle East, North Africa region. Philip, tell us a little bit about MANA Ventures.
So MANA Ventures is effectively a spin-out of Masdar, the sustainability initiative of the Abu Dhabi government. We're a clean tech platform dedicated to identifying clean technologies with relevance in the Middle East, North Africa region, as well as focusing on the development of renewable energy investments and projects in the area.
And this Masdar initiative, its purpose was to catalyze clean energy in this region. Tell us a little bit more about how it did that and what types of technology it attracted.
Sure. So Masdar was an ambitious initiative of the Abu Dhabi government, run through Mubadala, one of the sovereign wealth funds in Abu Dhabi. The idea behind the initiative was to create an entity that could diversify the Abu Dhabi economy away from just being a pure fossil fuel-based economy and to embrace other types of technology so that Abu Dhabi could continue to be a leader in terms of energy both now and in the future.
And this Masdar initiative created a city called Masdar. Tell us, this is supposed to be one of the most sustainable cities in the world, low carbon or carbon neutral. Tell us about the types of technology that went into developing it.
Sure. Well, I think it's less of the specific technology that went into creating the city as the thought process behind the construction of the city. So from the very earliest stages, a lot of time and effort was spent mapping out the carbon footprints for all the materials that were actually put into the city. So for example, the steel, the aluminium that was brought into the city was sourced from a smelter that used geothermal energy in order to smelt the ore. The carbon footprint of the cement was analyzed to ensure that it had the lowest carbon footprint possible. And so from the ground up, the decision was made to try and minimize the amount of carbon used in constructing the city and then provide the resources within the city to allow for a low carbon existence. So for example, the city is currently powered by a renewable energy plant, a solar plant that sits just outside the city walls. There are solar panels on the roofs. We have a driverless vehicle system underneath the city, which transports people from their parking lots within the city.
How interesting. And you said something about the buildings being built on demand. As the population grows and the industry grows, they'll plan the city that way.
Sure. So the city was originally designed in 2006, and it had a lot of innovative input from a variety of different players, including Foster and Partners. Obviously, the economic reality that we all face globally today has changed the perspective in terms of how the city will eventually grow. So the city is now building out as people express an interest in taking up residence in the city. There's a number of blue chip companies which have committed to taking space, including Siemens and GE. And in fact, the Swiss government, the Swiss embassy in Abu Dhabi, will be moving along with various different Swiss clean tech companies into the city. So effectively building a knowledge base in Abu Dhabi, which will help to catalyze clean energy in the region.
And MANA Ventures, in the future, what types of projects are you hoping to develop?
So right now what we are doing are looking to work with companies that are either regionally based or have just started on the commercialization path and help them to rapidly ramp up their revenue stream by licensing into the MENA region and other emerging markets. What I found at my time at Masdar was that there now exists a significant gap between the early stage technology companies and where the majority of the venture capital investors are right now, which is in the growth and expansion stage. What we would like to do is help companies transition what we call the valley of death as quickly as possible in order to ensure their viability and their access to capital moving forward.
And this platform of yours, is it something that you can easily transport from one region to another, or is it sort of specifically adapted to dry, arid, Arabian desert
Sure.
regions?
Well, I mean, we're not just focused on the MENA region. We see the opportunity to collaborate as much as possible with the resources that are in Abu Dhabi, such as the Masdar Institute, the university that was set up between Masdar with the assistance of MIT, as well as the resources available at Masdar City and the initiatives of the Abu Dhabi government to try and move this process forward. As benefits. Now, if we identify other opportunities, we would certainly be looking to work with with companies that had interesting technology that we thought could, create fundamental changes in the way that existing technologies operate. But we appreciate that we have certain expertise and we have certain resources in the MENA region which haven't been fully tapped by the market yet, and we would like to help facilitate that process.
Yes, and given the increasing water risks that we're seeing due to climate change, this is a very good region, I think, to be attracting technology into. One final thing, you're heading back to Abu Dhabi next week. Tell us about that.
So one of my other roles is that I sit on the review committee for the Zayed Future Energy Prize, which is a $4 million prize given out to companies and organizations which are leaders in the area of sustainability and clean energy. Last year, we gave the lead prize to Vestas in recognition of their work in the wind space, but we also recognize people like Amory Lovins and E & Co, who have also made various strides towards promoting a cleaner energy environment moving forward. In the past, it's been given out to the Prius for its role. So the prize is quite unique. It's got a very interesting final selection committee, including Andre Agassi and Leonardo DiCaprio, among others.
How did they get involved in this?
Well, I mean, if you actually look at what Andre and Leonardo have been doing, Leonardo obviously had his documentary recently, which was talking about the impact of climate change and what needed to be done. Andre Agassi has been involved in several initiatives to promote cleaner energy. So it's always bringing people that have an interest in this space, but obviously the profile helps. Well, yeah. I mean, there are some very strong candidates, and I would recommend anyone who's interested to take a look at the Zayed Future Energy Prize website for more information.
Philip Moss, Managing Director of MANA Ventures, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.